Ayanda Ballensiefen is a high flyer in financial services who's intent on growing opportunities for young South African women entrepreneurs. Her dedication to education is one she gets from her parents, who studied journalism and law, while Ayanda was raised by her grandmother in Soweto.
I draw my inspiration from my grandfather, Pesi Goboza, who was the first editor of City Press during the very tumultuous apartheid era. And he was also the editor of the World newspaper, which ultimately published the very iconic photo of the lifeless Hector Peterson during the 1976 riots. My other grandfather, Sipho Sepamla, was a poet and novelist, and also very, very much focused on bringing to life the voices of the oppressed. And that's certainly been the recipe for my success throughout my life journey, really having that frame of reference of people that were very, very passionate about uplifting and being the voice for the oppressed.
Ayanda and co-founders Lelita Mashlati and Matsino Gule do their part through a movement for young businesswomen.
Ayanda and I met on campus at UCT a number of years ago. And yeah, that was our first year of university, and we became great friends. She moved back to Johannesburg. I also moved back to Johannesburg a few years later, and we found ourselves as kind of young professionals trying to navigate the working world and be successful. And we felt that, we needed some sort of support group, support network that could help us. And also we needed some mentorship in order to navigate personal and professional ambitions. So that's how I met her, and that's kind of how she got on board as well. And we started the movement.
Recognized in New York as a rising star in business diversity, the other big news in the life of Mrs. Ballensiefen has been her recent wedding. She turned to Gavin Raja for a pair of dresses right out of a classic Hollywood movie.
Ayanda, Gavin Raja is a long-time top-billing fan favorite. Why did you decide to use him to design your wedding dresses?
Well, I'd actually worked with Gavin in the past during my UCT days, and I think every girl really wants to look wonderful on her wedding day, and Gavin was just a natural pick for me. I think he is synonymous with beauty, elegance, and just wanting to feel absolutely wonderful on your wedding day.
The dress draws inspiration from Spain, one of Ayanda and her husband Ben's favorite destinations.
Ayanda, you look incredible. Tell us about the detail on this dress.
So we used an Alençon Spanish lace, which was hand beaded, and then a combination of spider web lace as well, just to give it texture, and then we inserted all the different kinds of panels to emphasize her hourglass shape. And obviously, true to our signature, we had lots of buttons down the back because we wanted to give it a sexy element, and again, lots of hand beaded lace to give it that very luxurious and couture kind of refinement.
And how did you feel walking down the aisle in this dress?
Jade, it was such an emotional feeling. I felt absolutely beautiful. I felt elegant. And I had this magnificent veil just trailing me as I was walking towards my husband with my father arm in arm. And so, yeah, I felt beautiful.
Following a Catholic ceremony held at a castle outside Ben's hometown of Berlin, the bride changed looks for the party to come.
Equally as beautiful, but completely different to the previous dress. What was the inspiration?
So I think for me, I wanted something a little bit more old world glamour for the evening, and I wanted to create an element of it being very light and ethereal. So this is from one of our couture collections, and each piece is sewn on by hand. There's no machine that does this. So there are thousands of these little discs that kind of make it up, and of course the signature buttons again. So at play, so I wanted to make it a bit sexy, young and fun, but sublime still for a wedding.
As significant to the couple as the ceremony in Germany was their traditional wedding held in Johannesburg, where Vuyokazi Bokhlane created this celebration of Xhosa design.
When she called us up to make her dress, we were very excited because traditional dress is very authentic. It's a symbol of where we come from, who we were, and we don't want to go away from that. But what was interesting about Ayanda, she inspired me. She knew exactly what she wanted because she wanted to have an authentic traditional dress, but not in that sense, a little bit modern. but to keep the basic things.
So the boxes that we knew we wanted to tick with this dress were that I needed my shoulders to be covered. It certainly is a sign of respect that, you know, as you're coming into your womanhood, as you're becoming a wife, the shoulders should be covered. I also wanted to just have a little bit of a trail, and that was important because it modernized it as well. So as much as the dress has the elements of tradition, a lot of the details, i.e. the fishtail, etc., are quite modern. And so that's how we really played with the design. I feel incredibly proud when I wear this dress. I feel so connected to my roots. I feel like I can stand tall, you know. I feel very, very elegant and graceful, and I think when I was walking in the dress, you know, those are the emotions that I really, really wanted to display as well during my wedding.
At the home of the bride's parents, Vusi and Pinky Sapamla, we found friends and family still buzzing with excitement at what a match the couple make. It was Ben's work in telecoms and data science which brought him to South Africa, where Cupid struck.
We'll get into the wedding details just now, but where did you guys meet?
Oh, we met through a friend of ours. It was a kind of blind date here in Parkhurst in Johannesburg, and yeah, it was from my side, love at first sight.
Me too.
Were there any awkward moments?
Well, I have to be honest, I was very, very nervous. I mean, blind dates, it's something that I've never done, but I think, you know, I really trusted my friend and the referral. And when I met Ben and I saw him, it just really, we connected, completely connected. So yeah, it was, truly meant to be.
What attracted you to each other?
I think, you know, initially when I started to get to know Ben better, I really started to see how much he valued his family. And my family is very, very important to me as well. Our values were very aligned, and we started talking about the future a lot. And so I think both of us then started to feel comfortable around the sustainability, if that's the way to put it, but just really around the longevity of the relationship.
But you're obviously from Germany, and Ayanda, you're South African. Where do the two cultures meet?
If you share the same values and if you have the same approach in life, to live life, I think it's very easy, and it's very complementary as well. So we're taking the best out of everything and put it together and make it even more attractive for us. So it wasn't difficult, eh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the two weddings. You had one in Germany and one in South Africa. How was that?
The traditional wedding was held here in Joburg, and we had about 200 guests.
Wow.
But I think what really stuck out for us about the traditional was just the spiritual nature of the day. It's very, very colorful. We had people from all over the world that were there as well, so it was just amazing.
Ben, how was the traditional wedding for you? It must have been a completely different experience.
For me, it was a journey, and it was one of the most interesting and exciting journeys, because it didn't start with a traditional wedding. It started for me with a lobola, and that was very, very exciting for me, because it's very different to the German ceremony. And then with slaughtering the goat and having this kind of celebration, then heading towards to the traditional wedding and getting dressed in a proper traditional outfit. And when I saw my 4 groomsmen in their attires as well.
And they're all German. They all flew over and they had their Xhosa attire. It was
amazing.
Really, really cool.
Yes.
Big sports, yeah.
Yes, true. So it was amazing. And I felt very, very comfortable, actually.
Nice. And your beautiful dress was designed by the amazing Gavin Raja. Ben, what was your first impression when you saw Ayanda walk down the aisle?
Mind-blowing. So I didn't see anything of her dress beforehand, and sitting in this church, 800 years old, with my family waiting for the bride, and in this kind of very traditional environment, it was remarkable.
And very emotional.
Yeah, as well.
You know?
Lots of tears, I'm sure.
There was a little tear.
True.
Maybe more. Yeah, he had more tears than I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You two have very successful careers. Where to from here?
I think, definitely the future is bright. We want to focus on maintaining our fun, you know, the fun side of life. We want to travel. We want to, obviously, family is something that's on the cards, and yeah.
I think it was just the start of an amazing journey, and we are keen to proceed on this journey, and we can't wait what's next.
Now, before we wrap up, I just need to do a little quiz with both of you. Ayanda, yours is, I'm going to count you down. I'd like you to say anything in German, whether it's our wedding was beautiful, what's top billing. It's up to you. You do it. Okay, I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Bitte shout top billing.
That was nice, short and sweet.
Please watch top billing.
Perfect. Now, for you, Ben, I need you to get up. I want to see if you've mastered some African moves. What a gentleman. Okay, so I want a two-step bend. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's safe to say that they're definitely a happy couple, and you guys are going to have an amazing marriage together. Congratulations, and we wish you all the best from us here at Top Billing.
Thank you so much, Lorna. Lovely having you with us.
Professionally, Ianda is now a member of the Leadership Council of the Harvard University Center for African Studies. Personally, she's wed the man of her dreams. Life is good.